Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
This is Network News for Wednesday, July the 19th, 2023. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines tonight, UK government plans to rescind visa waiver agreement with Grenada and several other Caribbean countries by the end of 2023. Government to make NIS deductions for contract workers' salaries to ensure payment of contribution. Current standoff between Republic Bank Grenada Limited and the Bank and General Workers Union could go into arbitration. And in regional news, Madea fire victim to return to Guyana next month. In regional news, Montana law restricting drag performances challenged in federal court. And coming up at sports, Grenada seeks to reclaim football title at Windward Island School Games. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The United Kingdom plans to rescind its current visa waiver agreement with Grenada and several other Caribbean countries by the end of 2023. According to international reports, the move primarily targets those countries offering citizenship by investment or CBI programs. Nisha Paul has tonight's opening report.
The United Kingdom government is articulating plans to suspend the current visa waiver agreements, starting with the Commonwealth of Dominica by the end of July, with similar suspensions set to be implemented in a phased approach for Grenada, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Kitts and Nevis by the end of 2023. According to an Associated Times report, this policy shift aims to enhance national security and streamline the immigration process. It served as the first phase in the broader execution of the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA system, which was introduced on Tuesday. The new ETA system requires travelers traveling to the UK without a visa to need an electronic document and enables people to enter and stay in a nation for a specific time. The Associated Times report predicts that Grenada and other other Caribbean nations will likely be incorporated into the list of countries requiring electronic travel authorization by the end of the current year. However, the specifics of these projections are still not clear. To get an ETA document, a person must fill out an online application form with personal information, including their name, passport details, and a travel purpose. This recent change by the UK seems to follow in the footsteps of Canada in 2017. But Canada reintroduced its visa-free travel in June 2023 for eligible travelers from 13 new nations, including OECS countries such as St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, and others. The citizens of Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia, who earlier held a Canadian visitor visa within the past 10 years or presently hold a valid United States non-immigrant visa, were eligible to apply for an ETA instead of a visa. As per the information provided by Associated Times, the UK government is anticipated to extend its policy revamp beyond the initial group of nations. In the initial phase, the visa-free travel agreements with other OECS or other Caribbean countries will likely be suspended. Efforts to engage officials at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Immigration, and the Citizenship by Investment Unit on this development have proven futile. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Cosmo Hostin, charged in relation to a fatal accident in March, returned to court on Tuesday, July the 18th, represented by attorney Peter David. However, his matter was adjourned. Hostin, an event planner from True Blue St. George, was arrested and charged for the accident, which occurred along the Grand Anse Public Road, St. George, on March the 6th of 2023, resulting in the death of Asher McIntyre, who's of Mount Hartman, St. George. The 38-year-old man was charged with causing death by dangerous driving by the Royal Grenada Police Force and appeared at the St. George's Magistrate Court on March the 31st. He was granted bail in the sum of EC $40,000 with 2 sureties, according to bail conditions. Hostin was ordered to have no contact with any witness to the matter, surrender his travel documents, and report to the South St. George Police Station every Monday between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Ruggles Ferguson is the legal representative for the McIntyres in the civil aspect of the case. The matter was adjourned to August 29th of 2023. It's very likely that the current standoff between Republic Bank Grenada Limited and the Bank and General Workers Union could go into arbitration. We get more on what's influencing that assumption in this report from Chrislina John.
For the past 3 weeks, the Bank and General Workers Union has been championing the cause of the employees at Republic Bank Grenada Limited. Even the Grenada Trade Union has chimed in support of the affected workers who are now having their say.
We as staff are disappointed that today is 13 days since we've been outside requesting an increase in salary that the bank determines excessive and said that to the minister, but we believe it's very reasonable. Our affiliates believe it's very reasonable. Our customers believe it's very reasonable. 12.25% over 4 years by no means can be excessive. And we're calling on our employers to respect the minister, respect her office, respect her recommendation, and do what is right and bring this whole industrial action to a close.
In a show of continued disgruntlement, workers protested through the town of St. George's on Tuesday, hoping they will persuade management to settle the dispute. President General of the BGWU, Joseph Mitchell, is saying the 9.25% proposed by the bank is not a settlement figure, and he hopes good sense will prevail on the part of the bank.
The last time we would have been together was on the invitation of the minister on July the 6th. At that point, they wanted some more time to reassess. So since then, we have not come back together. The minister, in her response to the bank's rejection of our recommendation, have pointed to the pathway in keeping with the Industrial Relations Act number 45, which goes into arbitration and that sort of thing, right? It is very much a possibility. We have written this morning to the Minister indicating our position on that matter. Notwithstanding, as I said, we are keeping all doors open, all options. We are expected to speak to the bank sometime today, and hopefully, I say hopefully, you know, that we can find a pathway. But
the President General is hopeful that a resolution can be reached by the end of this week.
Talk to them, and anything is going to come out of it that outside of the normal industrial practice, right? What is we have to bear in mind what the Act provides for, what the industrial agreement provides for, because that's what guides the relationship, right? And to stick as close as possible to it without very much deviation. But of course, you know, in negotiation there are little twists and turns. So we have an open mind and we are really hopeful maybe by the end of the week, one way or the other, something will come to the top.
Last Wednesday, July 12th, the bank wrote to the Minister of Labour, informing her that they had rejected her recommendation of 12.25% over a 4-year period. Republic Bank issued a press release on Monday saying, as part of the ongoing salary negotiation process, it has offered the BGWU by letter dated July 14, 2023, a revised without prejudice settlement offer of 9.25% for the period January 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2023. The offer, the bank says, was compounded with the bank's pay-for-performance merit arrangements, taking the payout to members of the bargaining unit on average to 16.23%, well over the 12.25% that the minister recommended. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Government officials are confirming that for the new year, contract workers will no longer be responsible for going into NIS to pay their contributions, as government aims to ensure that all contributions are made to the National Insurance Scheme going forward. Rena Pierre-Thomas closes off the first segment with this report.
Starting from January 2024, contract workers within the government who were fully responsible for paying the NIS contributions will no longer have to do so, as the government will be making the deduction from their salaries. This is one of the many steps taken by the ruling administration to ensure that the National Insurance Scheme is receiving all contribution as they continue the process of implementing changes to the legislative framework that governs the scheme. Minister with responsibility for Social Security, Philip Telesford, said there are many factors that led to dwindling contributions that need to be addressed.
As of January, we will work towards ensuring that all of these contract workers begin to pay the NIS. How is that going to be done? We will deduct it at source.
Telesford, who was speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, said these changes in legislative framework will give Grenada an over 10-year window before any other changes can be made.
Context. How many more years are we buying when we make all of these parametric changes? Really and truly, we would get to, if nothing changes, if the changes that we make now and everything remains constant, it will take us to 2056. And we would have to make some other changes.
The minister also stated that by 2031, the NIS contribution rate will move to 16%.
Specific rate increase, Mr. Speaker, in 2023 that was passed already in Parliament, that 1% was to cover unemployment benefits. Yeah? But from 2024, and each year until 2031, there will be successive increases of a 0.25% or 0.25%. Yeah? Every single year until 2031 to take the new contribution rate to 16%. So for example, from January of 2024, the rate will move to 12.5%.
As the NIS continues with its consultation drive throughout the country, the minister said the feedback received so far has been positive. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
This is News at 7. Coming up, concerned citizens call on authorities to enforce laws against noise pollution. Stay with us.
Chaos and LED. Get on us, Lord. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Gun International. That's going around the globe, Soca not just for Carnival. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Gun International. That's going around the globe.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited has the credit cards to suit your needs. Choose any one of our 3 Visa credit cards, Classic, Infinite, or Signature, and enjoy the affordability, security, and convenience they all offer. Get value for your money with Visa Reward Points. The more you spend, the more points you earn. Co-op Bank is giving you options. You have the choice. We've got the cards. Tailor-made just for you. Visit www.grenadacoopbank.com for more information or call or visit any one of our retail banking units.
Welcome home.
Grenada, the time has come for you to show your son Talbry the love and respect for his contribution over the years. This is Pre-Day.
I am the job boss, certain things I end off. If I say to rent the place, then I will pay the damn cost.
Talbry turns 50, a celebration of life, the black and the gold edition. Wednesday, August 9th, the National Stadium, supported by Voice and the Top 5 Band. Lyrical. Ola Tunji. Wamanapi. King Ding Dong. Rupee. Nyla Blackman. Problem Child.
Watch out, that crazy people jumping up in the...
And a special guest appearance from 2 of the biggest soca superstars coming for Pre-Day. And all the Grenada superstars. Celebrity guest host, West Indies cricketer Dwayne Bravo. Get your $100 regular tickets or VIP $600 tickets now or pay more later. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11. Grenada. This is Pre-Day.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can back my sack. I can take the long road. 'Cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no enjoy the view. Ariza, look, no wings fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Do you know that you can lower your electricity bill by switching to energy-efficient appliances? By switching to energy-efficient appliances, you can help lower your energy usage. Your refrigerator, for example, is amongst the highest energy-consuming appliances within your home as it remains running throughout the day and night. Switching to an energy-efficient refrigerator can lower your electricity bill by up to 40%. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by switching to energy-efficient appliances. What can you do?
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Traditional Mass, the foundation of our carnival. It's where it all started. So on Saturday, July 29th, over 10 traditional mass bands will showcase our rich and deeply diverse traditional mass. Let's go to Hero Square, Victoria in St. Mark from 3 p.m. Come see the Short Knee, Maypole, Wild Indians, Mocha Jumbies, and Vehicle as they parade the streets. Capture the experience, the color, the sights and sounds of what's truly ours. With free admission for the entire family. Log on to www.spicemassgrenada.com for everything carnival. Traditional Mass Festival, Saturday, July 29th, Hero Square, Victoria.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
A joint conference between the Caribbean Foods Crop Society, that's the CFCS, and the Caribbean Agricultural Extension Providers Network, CAPENET, has been hailed a success. Here's more in this report.
The recently held joint conference of the Caribbean Agriculture Extension Providers Network, CAPNET, and the 56th annual meeting of the Caribbean Food Crop Security, CFCS, brought together over 100 regional academics and industry players for 5 days of discussions. The meeting, hosted in Grenada from July 10th to the 14th, was held under the theme Increasing the Resiliency of the Food System by Linking and Modernizing Agriculture and Extension Research. Acknowledging the importance of science and technology in the growth and resilience of the agriculture industry, Minister of Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT and the Creative Economy, Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Lennox Andrew, placed on record the significance of the joint meeting, noting its timeliness given the ministry's efforts to modernize the extension services and transform of the sector.
Linking and modernizing agriculture and agricultural extension and research can play a significant role in enhancing resiliency. By leveraging technology and knowledge-sharing platforms, farmers can access up-to-date information, have best practices, and innovative techniques. This can help them adapt to climate change, mitigate risk, improve productivity, and make better use of their resources.
During the week-long session, there were presentations from over 30 countries, a farmers' forum, an award ceremony, and an agricultural and historical field trip. Participants shared their experiences.
Experience for me because I had the opportunity to meet many people from the Caribbean since I am part of the Caribbean, so that's why I want to join this conference, just to network and also to learn about other research, other people research and what is happening in the Caribbean. So I feel really honored and I feel proud of what my neighbors are doing in Grenada. And Grenada is a nice country and I look forward to coming back. My favorite part of the tour today is the school farming for the goats, St. Patrick, yes, because it's great to see what children are doing and it's great to see that at the young age children are involved in agriculture.
The most important part of the trip though is that we get a chance to interact with people from different parts of the Caribbean. We get a chance to see what people are doing in terms of scientific research, to see what they're doing, what new ideas they're discovering, and also to interact with the farmers and to see how they grow things here different. And I think it's very important that we collaborate and exchange ideas so we can, sort of get ideas from different countries so we can practice in our own systems. Well, I think the CFCS is basically doing a good job in kind of connecting farmers across the Caribbean, and I think we need to do more of these conferences so that we can actually share experience and get knowledge from different Caribbean countries so that we can come as one to make agriculture production much better within this region.
Christina John, GBN News.
Noise pollution continues to be a burning issue in Grenada, and a concerned citizen is calling on those at authority to enforce the law against it. More in this Rena Pierre-Thomas report.
Noise pollution occurs when unwanted sounds enter the environment. The potential health effects of noise pollution include increased stress level, sleep disturbance, or hearing damage. Grenada's very own Ricardo Kings Douglas is concerned with the level of noise pollution he has been faced with over the past few years. He said drivers, promoters, and boat owners need to be more aware of their surroundings and how their actions affect others.
So
my thing is, you are leaving the harbor, you come into the harbor with your party boats, and you don't need to shout it because you're going out into the sea for 4 hours. You party for 4 hours out there, and then you come back in. So when you're in harbor waiting, very quietly, you get them onto the boat and you take them out. And when you get out there, you can blast your music, right? And when you're coming back in at 12 o'clock, at least 8 o'clock, people are still awake, you don't mind, you're doing your business. But when you're coming in at 12 o'clock midnight to a sleeping residential area, they won't do this in Lansepine, they won't do this in Fort Judy, they won't do this in other residential areas, right? Because I went into the hospital and I interviewed patients, and they were just, they told me point blank, and I have it, it's not to say hearsay, that it is just crazy. At night they jump at 12 o'clock, the boat is coming. One of the guys was saying one night he jumped up so much he thought it was morning. When he got up, he said, what's happening? He says 12 o'clock, and it's the music. And the same thing he said, and it's on tape, he said it's dancehall music too, so that big bass coming, right?
Douglas was speaking on GBN's Good Morning program with Gordon Joseph. Callers on the program also aired their concerns on noise pollution.
Yes.
Welcome to the program.
I'm so delighted that you are raising the issue of noise and you're bringing Mr. Ricardo to talk about it. It's a really terrible accumulated disease in the land right now. And in recent times, I see that they bring this dance hall music, I call it dance hall music, into school fairs. And when I talk to principals and teachers, the rationale is that the children won't come to fear if they don't have the loud music.
We really need to become a law-abiding society. But in order to ensure that everybody is on board, we need to also up the law and make it more specific, like the noise pollution control act. So we really need to really become each other's keeper.
The author and actor by profession says the law needs to be enforced when it comes to noise pollution.
Police, the noise passes you. Right next to you is blasting immediately. You should hear the siren going, and you're finding why is the music that loud? Why are you coming in front of us and you're blasting your music in a residential area, and the police, they don't say anything.
And the law is there.
But I must admit, sometimes I call the police, and they do their work. I went to the minister. I met one of the ministers of health. He said it's really the minister of environment, and back and forth. So it's up to the policy makers now that they have to enforce it. As the woman was saying, who called earlier, it's right in front of the police station. Just as how the police and the police have been very good.
For GBN News, I'm Rena Pitt Thomas reporting.
Over $20,000 worth of equipment has been donated to a local band. The handover was held on Tuesday. Details in this report from Beverly Tellisford.
The musical production by the Clark's Court Caress Band is expected to go up a notch as the band received a donation of top-quality musical equipment from Grenada Distillers, producers of Clark's Court Rum. The equipment, which included mixers and speakers, is valued at over US $20,000 and is expected to improve the quality of music the brand produces. Simon Green, general manager at Grenada Distillers, said the handover is in keeping with Clark's Court's commitment to supporting culture and the arts in Grenada.
Grenada's #1 rum, Clark's Court, has been a foundation and a pillar in helping to build Grenada's culture. You cannot have Carnival or Spice Mass in Grenada without Clark's Court. We've been around since 1937, and our reputation as being a solid supporter of the culture and the arts in Grenada is untouched by any other. So today, as we present this equipment to the band, we know that the Grenadian public and the art scene and the musical scene in Grenada will be thoroughly enhanced by excellent music, a wide range of production, and the building of the skills between the band and the community that they are nurtured from.
Grenada Distillers has partnered with and supported the band for a number of years. On the receiving end of the equipment, representing the band is Evans Williams. Williams said the 13-year relationship shared between his band and Clark's Court has been fruitful, with a positive impact on Grenada's musical product.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be a part of this winning team. It's been about 13 years ago this journey started with me and Clark's Court, where they put their trust in me. And today is endorsed publicly, and I get a serious upgrade that will help us within the community and the band, keeping the spirit alive for our Grenada culture.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
We have seen some peculiar shaped foods submitted by our citizen journalists, and tonight's submission is no different. Let's see what's on the other end of this evening's GBN I Saw.
Tonight's citizen journalist believes this cassava plant has the outline of a human figure. Can you see it? Let us know in the comments. Cassava is an essential source of energy and contains nutrients such as protein, calcium, and fiber. We thank our citizen journalist for this submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And still ahead, Labor Minister says non-unionized workers will be represented. Stay with us.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every FET advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
Attention all parents and kids, get ready for an epic day of fun and excitement at the highly anticipated POW Kids Fest. On July 22nd at 1 p.m. at the Moon Rouge playing field, we have an incredible lineup of activities, mini vehicles, bouncy castles, and more. Watch their faces light up as they bounce, slide, and play to their heart's content. But that's not all. There will be a live concert and free giveaways, including Amazon Fire Sticks and a flat screen TV. That's right, eats and drinks on sale. This incredible event is absolutely free. That's right, folks, admission is on us. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join us for an unforgettable day of laughter, smiles, and cherished moments. See you there. This ad is sponsored by 92.5 FM, Modern Photo Studios, Maitland's Trucking Services, Nixon's Electrical, Boss FM, GBN, and Wagedy Rental and Sound.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
Level
of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Wait and see. Whenever we touching the vacancy, we just climb over the gate and see. Boom! It's carnival time at Courts Ready Cash. So visit your nearest Courts Ready Cash for instant carnival prizes, tickets, and much more with your loan of $3,000 or over. Come home to Courts Ready Cash this carnival season and enjoy flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. All you need is your ID, proof of address, a payslip, your job letter, and 2 references. Simple as that. Follow Ready Cash on Facebook and Instagram for your updates and in our in-store carnival parties and our carnival workout session. It's time for carnival at Courts Ready Cash. Visit shopcourts.com for details. Come home to Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Everybody push something in the air.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. Minister for Labor, Claudette Joseph, says workers who are not unionized can find redress through her ministry once there's a valid case against their employer. She explains that her ministry is not only for unionized workers, but represents the interests of all workers on the island. The Labor Commissioner is governed by the Employment Act under the Labor Code on how to deal with ununionized workers.
The Employment Act is a statute under which the individual laborer or worker who is not unionized may bring grievances before the Labor Commissioner. And there's a chronology, a process set out by law as to how the Commissioner treats with disputes brought by the ununionized worker. Usually the disputes relating to the unionized workers tend to fall under the Labor Relations Act.
The minister outlined the process by which these workers can state their cases to the Labor Commissioner to find a solution to their issue.
So the individual makes a complaint, and there are times when it is settled even without the employer being contacted. So there are some occasions, not often, but there are occasions when the Labor Commissioner says, well, based on what you have said to me, you really don't have a cause for complaint, whatnot. And where there's good cause shown, the employer is contacted and invited to a conciliation session, and that's how the process is triggered. But you must do so in good time, because if you delay, you may find that you've taken too long to come with the complaints. My recollection says the complaint must come within 3 months. I'm speaking from recollection here.
The minister was speaking on a GIS program aimed at educating the public on the roles and functions and services of the Ministry of Labor. The role of policing in crime prevention is critical. That's the sentiment of Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, as he informed that police will be doubling up their numbers in troubled areas where crime is prevalent in a bid to lower the surge in the crimes. The Prime Minister said training on community policing is in the pipeline for the Royal Grenada Police Force.
The focus of the police would be on community policing. That's one. And that's important because obviously we need to know what are the hotspots. We need to know what are the areas where there's likely to be an issue, and be able to ensure that the police are there in advance of that happening. The second aspect that I want to say, and the police have actually admitted that robust policing is necessary because to some extent, some of the areas where trouble spots or where you are likely to have more crime is known. And so proactive law enforcement is one of the things that the police has to take part in. But I also agree with you that the same skill sets that I spoke of in terms of the mentoring, in terms of the training, that it would also help if police officers are exposed to that training as well, because it allows them as well to be able to diffuse community issues. It allows them to be able to engage in mediation with the community members whenever there are disputes and so on. So it's certainly something that the...
And stay with us. The international news and sports reports are next.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every FET advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S, speak to your children about positive behavior. P, pay attention to them at all times. I, inspire Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Why? You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Carriacou is the place to be. August 4th to the 7th for the 50th year of the Carriacou Regatta Festival. The Carriacou Regatta Festival, which is the longest sailing event in the region, is celebrated under the theme Timeless Culture on the Sea. Come join us for 4 days of exciting and competitive boat racing from Friday to Monday. Fun games, day and night parties, road marathon, Miss Teen Regatta, night boat cruises, the Foreign Artist Show, donkey race, and greasy pole are some of the activities to look forward to. For more info, contact the Regatta Jumper on 473-443-7930. The Carriacou Regatta Festival 2023, August 4th to the 7th. Sail by day, party by night. Carriacou welcomes you.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Welcome to the SMC's Crescendo to Grenada's Panorama 2023. And you see pan business, that is we business.
My name is Andrea Isdale. I am 21 years old and I am from St. Paul's. For me, playing pan was like second nature because like any other community-based organization, when you grow up seeing your parents do something, it's natural for you to want to do it. So it wasn't a choice, it wasn't a decision. It was just a natural thing that I knew that I actually had to do. So it was no choice. At the Panyard, we have on Thursdays is our in-house Panyard Liming Day. So we have different things. So tonight is our cricket night. We have games night. We try to bring in persons to speak, to have motivational nights, to get players more inspired and wanting to play the pan more and to have a greater love for the pan. So that's some of the things that we do. It's definitely okay to come and see us practice. We always put on a show, whether it's practice or performance or a gig. Our days for practice are Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
We've been working to improve our services at the NIS, and we'd like to share some of the improvements with you. We understand that the cost of basic goods is rising globally. To address this, we are pleased to announce a 25% increase in the weekly minimum pension payment from $46.40 to $58. We have also adjusted our minimum survivor's benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. Widows, widowers, and dependent parents will now receive 100% of the minimum rate or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased pension. We believe this change was necessary to ensure that our survivors receive the support they need. If you have any questions on how this impacts you and your family, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your Social Security provider.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. Let's start off with football. Grenada's football team is determined to defend its championship title at the 2023 Windward Island Secondary School Games. The 2023 CBN Winlot Windward Island School Games will see over 400 athletes competing in 5 different disciplines of sports, including volleyball, netball, basketball, football, and athletics. It's going to be highly competitive action, and it's anticipated that with so many athletes participating, it's promising to be a very exciting event. Jake Rennie, coach of the football team, is pleased with the team's training thus far.
Well, training started 2 months ago. We had little difficulties with the field because we have plenty teams training, but now things are going great, and the most important thing that our GFA football season open and most of our players are involved in playing football.
All right.
Well, the team comprises of let me see, most of the players from the Premier League in the GFA, which is very vital for us, young players, vibrant, past youth national team players. So I think we are in a good position.
Some of the footballers shared their thoughts about the upcoming games.
Preparation so far is going well. All the players coming out to train hard with the mindset to go hard out there to win the games. Me, I'm working on fitness and the mindset to come out here to win in this competition.
And we have come together as a team quite, the chemistry has improved a lot, playing one another. And preparation has been good. The coaches have been putting in a lot of work also. And yeah.
I'm excited for the competition. We've been training very hard for this day. I'm working on my shots right now because I have a push shot. Well, I expect to put on my best.
The strategy in training is to get fit because we haven't been training. So we're trying to get fit for the upcoming competition.
The Windward Island School Games is being held for the first time since 2019. Grenada was denied the glory of its 9th straight championship in 2019 after being beaten by St. Lucia in second place with 31 points. St. Lucia finished with 35. The West Indies men took to the Queen's Park Oval today for their first training session in Trinidad and Tobago ahead of the second test against India. We get more in this report.
The West Indies men are on the back foot, facing a confident Indian outfit after being defeated in the first test by an innings and 141 runs. Head coach Andre Kohli says self-belief is key to delivering a better performance.
Having a clear plan and sticking with it, that's really going to be really important. And staying in the moment. I mean, as the game unfolds, we're going to be asked different questions. How we respond to the different situations is important. But at each stage, if we have clarity about how we want to go about things, and then we back that completely. While being smart, there's no reason why we can't give a good account of ourselves.
Even though the West Indies faced tougher times in the recent past, he affirmed that the team is alive and well.
Well, West Indies brand is still a popular brand. The world enjoys when we play at our best. And yes, we have had some disappointments in the recent weeks and months, but it's an opportunity for us to be better. Review what has gone before and then just look ahead.
Windies batting legend Brian Lara was present, sharing his knowledge with the team ahead of the second test, which will be the 100th match between both nations. But what did the Windies learn from their last encounter?
There were different stages where we did things well. From a batting standpoint, obviously we had that good opening partnership that took care of the first hour, and then there was a partnership of about 40 odd in the middle, where we actually played quite well, defended well, and capitalized on loose deliveries. That's the mentality we have to have as a batting unit. Summing up the conditions, working out where our scoring options are going to be, and being confident enough to keep out good deliveries.
The second test bowls off on Thursday at the Queen's Park Oval at 10 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time.
England's Stuart Broad has become the second pace bowler to take 600 wickets in Test cricket. Broad, aged 36, reached the mark by removing Australia's Travis Head on day one of the fourth Ashes Test at Old Trafford. England teammate James Anderson is the only other quick bowler to achieve the feat. Broad is fifth on the all-time list and Anderson third, with spinners Mattia Muralitharan, Shane Warne and Anil Kumbi completing the top five. Nottinghamshire bowler Broad made his debut against Sri Lanka in Colombo in 2007, going on to make 166 Test appearances to date and be part of 4 Ashes winning sides. He began the Old Trafford Test on 598 wickets, but moved to 599 when he trapped Usman Khawaja Ibwe before bringing up 600 when Head was caught by Joe Root on the boundary. And the wait is almost over. The biggest FIFA Women's World Cup featuring European champions England and debutantes, the Republic of Ireland, will finally get underway on Thursday. Australia and New Zealand are co-hosting the 9th edition, which for the first time will feature 32 nations, including defending world champions, the United States. It's the first Women's World Cup with 2 co-hosts. New Zealand will launch the tournament against Norway at Eden Park before Australia play the Republic of Ireland at Stadium Australia in Sydney on the same day. Organisers hope the 2 opening games will attract an aggregate crowd of 100,000 fans, targeting a record 2 billion television viewers for the 2023 edition, a figure that would double the audience that watched the 2019 World Cup in France. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports today. And now for a look at what's been happening around our region and the wider globe. Guyana's Health Minister, Dr. Frank Anthony, has provided an update on the 13-year-old student critically injured in the Medea dormitory fire. The student had to be medically evacuated to the United States for surgery. Dr. Anthony stated that the student is expected to return home next month. We get more in this TTT News report.
13-year-old Marissa Williams, who was critically injured during the Medea dormitory fire and medically evacuated to the Northwell Health Burns Center, Staten Island University Hospital for further treatment, has been recuperating very well. This is according to Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, who gave an update on the girl's condition during a sideline interview on Monday.
The Northwell team, we have a Burns doctor who's been grafting the skin and putting it on the place that was burned.
Williams, who has spent a number of weeks at Northwell Health Burn Center, is expected back again soon, the subject minister posited.
We expect that she would be discharged very soon, and she would be able to come back home maybe sometime next month.
The devastating fire started after 23 hours on May 21 at the female dorms of the Mahdia Secondary School located in Region 8. The fire claimed the lives of 20 children. The blaze was reportedly maliciously set by a female student who has since been charged with 20 counts of murder based on advice from the Director of Public Prosecutions.
At 67 years old, the People's National Movement, PNM, has seen Trinidad and Tobago become an independent nation and a republic. And now, the party has transitioned under the stewardship of political leader and Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. TTT News' Terry Ann's Brown Campbell tells us more.
A change to a more democratic People's National Movement. According to Prime Minister and political leader of the PNM, Dr. Keith Rowley, he will leave the party a bit better than he found it.
One of the things that I can be credited for is dismantling the delegate system, where about 800 people across the country had the authority to vote to choose the PNM leader. We spent 2 years consulting on that in our party. We had ideas as to how it should be done, but we gave the party members an involvement in the process.
Dr. Rowley added, while party members were not eager at first, by the time it came to a vote, there were few dissenting voices.
Then we went to a special convention and voted to eliminate the delegate system. You don't have anybody voting for you. Come and vote for yourself. One man, one vote. Today that is standard in the PNM.
Another change, he said, was the length of time an elected political leader will serve in office before re-election. Under his tenure, it was changed from 5 to 4 years.
The political leader had a total control of the screening committee in our party and had a screening committee to assist the political leader under my leadership. We changed that and gave the screening committee members a vote in their own right in the PNM. Screening committee members no longer vote to assist the political leader. They vote in their own right, yea or nay, to select PNM candidates.
Dr. Rowley made his remarks as he addressed the political meeting in Sipario on Tuesday. The party has been campaigning across the country for the August 14th local government elections.
A Montana law which puts limitations on drag performances is being challenged in federal court on the basis of restricting free speech. House Bill 359 prohibits schools and libraries that received state funding from hosting drag story hours, other public drag performances. We get more in this report.
HB 359 prohibits schools and libraries that receive state funding from hosting drag story hours. It also bans sexually oriented performances in front of minors and in locations that receive any state funding. But 9 plaintiffs filed suit in federal court, saying the definitions in the bill were too vague, so they could restrict constitutionally protected forms of expression. Adria Jawart, a Native American transgender woman and activist, was scheduled to give a talk on Two-Spirit people at a Butte library last month. But the lawsuit says authorities canceled it out of concern that it would violate the law.
This is like a definite chilling of free speech and stuff. And me giving a history lecture, that was primarily, I've hosted lots of panels, reading events, and all types of things at libraries.
The suit says the law is open to arbitrary enforcement. Since the bill defines drag performers as using, quote, glamorous or exaggerated costumes, plaintiffs questioned whether it could interfere with other educational events where people use costumes. They said the definitions of sexually oriented could include works with clear artistic, literary, and other merit. Republican Representative Braxton Mitchell of Columbia Falls sponsored HB 359. He told MTN Friday that he didn't believe most of the situations plaintiffs had proposed would be restricted by the law, and that the state had a legitimate interest in restricting these performances when minors might be present and at taxpayer-funded locations.
That's what's been happening around the region and the world today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. The UK government plans to rescind visa waiver agreement with Grenada and several other Caribbean countries by the end of 2023. Government to make NIS deductions for contract workers' salaries to ensure payment of contributions. Current standoff between Republic Bank Grenada Limited and the Bank and General Workers Union could go into arbitration. And in regional news, Madea fire victim to return to Guyana next month. In regional news, Montana law restricting drag performances challenged in federal court. And in sports, Grenada seeks to reclaim football title at the Windward Islands Pool Games. If you missed any part of this newscast, there will be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.